and it grows, then maybe that's something you can keep strong in the community. And over the last 4 years, the hospital previously, the most they had ever given was $1,800, and the most that any organization had given to them was about $2,400. And in the last 4 years, the hospital has given $68,000 for the breast cancer awareness through fundraising efforts. So those are the types of things. I just want to share those with you. We think that being involved with those types of services is what makes the fabric of a community. We feel the hospitals are part of that fabric, and we want to support those efforts, just as we go out in towns and ask people to support our efforts. But we're mutually linked, and I thought it'd be just a little bit different way, Jared, of letting people know what is this hospital to this community. Thank you very much. Be glad to answer any questions.
Okay. One of the things I've heard off and on with this Obamacare was that the small town hospitals would ultimately benefit. This is the con side talking. Can you speak to that, or would it be because you don't have the emergency room show up as much, or?
No, there's well, actually, the Obamacare, first of all, it's going to be a huge problem for everybody, and it's starting to filter out more and more. The people are finding out what is and what isn't covered and where the costs are. But to that specific item, if we can get from here to about 2015, in 2015, a lot of what we see in the ER is automatically covered because everybody's required to have insurance. So instead of having a lot of bad debt, or instead of having no pays, a lot of people will be coming in with some form of insurance, and it's covered at least at cost. You don't make any money on it, but you get at least your cost for having it. The problem that we have, and that everyone's going to have, is that we all have to, and as a private hospital, we all have to pay increased taxes that are going to go to fund that care in the future. And so you're going to have a period of time when we're all paying and nobody's getting any benefit. We've added costs. But to answer again your question, if we get to that point in 2014, 2015, then it should turn around, and it would be a boom to the smaller hospitals.
What kind of increased taxes are you talking about?
There's funds developed that we.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a requirement for increased taxes to pay both for nursing home care and for indigent hospital care that we're all going to pay. Yeah, we're all going to pay.
I was just going to say, Linda Gasaway, who works at the hospital, is on the board of the Fannin County Children's Center, and she is actually chairing the Justices Serve banquet this year. So that's another thing that the hospital does, is encourage their employees to get involved in the community.
Both arms twisted.
Yes. Linda on one side and us on the other.
How much uncompensated care did you provide last year?
We do about, last year we did about 1.3 million of care that we don't get paid for at all. That's just people that come through. In addition to that, we had about another $1 million that's just bad debt. So understanding that what I'm doing is separating the uncompensated care, whether it be charity care, whether it be indigent care, the indigent care program picks up a portion of it, a lot you don't get paid. And then you get the people that are going to promise to pay. They give you $100 and then they never pay any of the remainder of their bill. But all together combined, it's about 2.3 million.
What percent of your total fees or revenues is that?
Of the net revenue, it's probably about 20%. Yeah. Of the gross revenue, it's probably more like about 9%. Of the gross revenue, just so people understand that, like if we contract with Medicare, say something costs $1,000 and they pay $300, $700 goes to discount. So the gross revenue is $1,000. The net revenue is going to be $300. y'all very much.
I'm curious about something. Since you've been here, what have you seen as far as the increase in patient care?
What we've seen is a dramatic increase in outpatient care. So probably our outpatient care is about 2.5 to 3 times what it was. The inpatient care has gone down, and that's consistent with what's happening to all critical access hospitals and to a lot of hospitals in general. And that's more a push from the government to limit the amount of time that people are in hospitals. So again, just to use an example, if under an old system, people used to stay 4 days for care, and now the government only pays for 3 days of care. At the end of 3 days, they go home, but the hospital is short or their census drops off by 1 day. So when you aggregate that over a year, we're really seeing a decline on the inpatient side.
I'd like to comment on the hospital. I haven't been out there in 4 or 5 years, and I used to spend a lot of time out there, free and paid and all that stuff. But I was amazed at how well they were, how clean they were, and the service that my son got there compared to $3 or $4 million government insurance that he can get. And that was, I was amazed.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Nancy, you have something to say? Nancy would like to have something to say to the group.
Again, and I'm going to do this every meeting we have until September 11th. Please remember that the Fannin County Children's Center is having their Justice is Served. It's a night of elegance. I do have tickets. It's a wonderful charity, or I guess charity, you could say that, for Fannin County. They help a lot of kids, and the tickets are only $35. So if you want, please buy a ticket. It's a fun night, and we have a large group of people that attend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, our next week's program is Large Lake, and the following week is Charles Butler. Those of you who are on the fundraising committee, there is a meeting this Friday at Kathy's at noon. And also, I received an email today from Tommy C. Turner. She's at the eye doctor today, and she said that Nancy is with Larry at MD Anderson. So we'll find out how he's doing, and then I will tell you that the following week. Is there anything else? Then I am going to adjourn you. Have a good week.